Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you some more lazy content. I'm going to be breaking down what I think are the top 5 worst maps in Rainbow Six Siege. Now I know that's kind of bland, alright, I get it, but I'm kind of working on the whole YouTube video idea thing. With that being said, if you do somehow manage to enjoy this video, a like on the video and a subscribe to the channel would be very much appreciated. Now I don't want to take up too much of your time with this shitty video idea, so let's get straight into it. Now I'm going to start off here with a few dishonourable mentions. Maps that I think are on the lower end of the spectrum, but not bad enough to make it to the bottom 5. The first of which is going to be House. I know that might sound heinous to some people because House is a fan favourite map, but I don't think there's really much of an argument that it's ever been competitively viable even before the rework. In other words, the map's kinda dogshit and get over it. The second map in this part of the list is going to be Fortress. The common complaint of this map is that it's way too large, and I can agree with that, but coming from someone who's played this map since the day it debuted in Ranked, once you learn it, it's actually not that bad of a map. Now that's not me saying that anyone who doesn't like this map needs to spend more time on it. I'm just saying that in my experience, because of all the time I've spent playing it, I don't have the same criticisms with it as most people do. The final honourable mention is going to have to be Bartlett, because it doesn't seem fair to me to rank it against actual maps that were made for PvP, when this map was clearly made for PvE and just for the Article 5 mission. Moving on to the number 5 spot of the list, it's going to have to go to Favela. Now in my opinion, this map isn't even actually that bad, and people need to stop banning it all the time in Ranked. With the release of Outback, people have actually stopped banning Favela as much, but it's still by far the most banned map. As I said, I don't think this map is actually that bad, it's just kind of messy in its layout, and therefore difficult to learn. For those reasons, it gets the 5th spot. Not good, but not really that bad either. Moving on, the 4th spot is going to be taken by Plane.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, put away your pitchforks, I know what that sounds like. If I was ranking this on the least fun maps, then Plane would not be anywhere near this list. Plane is a really fun map to play, but I'm ranking the worst maps, and there's no denying that this map is not really that great. The whole thing is basically just one giant funnel, just a series of long corridors where drawn out gunfights last for the entire game. The only real vertical play you can get on this map consists of hatches, and the top floor is basically just dedicated to hiding roamers for the majority of the round. And I didn't even talk about the spawn peaks that you can get on this map. Overall, the map is way too close quarters to ever be competitively viable whatsoever, but it's still fun. Unfortunately, that's not really a factor in my rankings of this list, and so it's at number 4. Next up at number 3, it's gonna have to be Yacht. Yacht, in my opinion, is the weird middle child of Siege maps. It's like, this map is almost never talked about ever. Overall, it kind of suffers from similar problems to Plane, where it's far longer than it is wider. Each floor kind of just consists of 1 or 2 corridors that just connect to different rooms, without much thought put into them. And I get it, it's a yacht, they can't really do much with the space and the design that they have to adhere to, but that doesn't get it any higher on the list. Also, for some reason, it has 4 floors. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's only one of 2 maps in the entire game which have 4 different levels. The other one may or may not show up later on this list. Overall, this map kind of feels like 2 planes stacked right on top of each other. Unfortunately, that's not really a good thing, because while this map is larger, it arguably feels just as constricting, if not more so, as Plane does, which just makes it feel frustrating to play on sometimes. Up next in the number 2 spot is Tower. Tower is probably one of the most infamous maps in this game. Most people, if you were to ask them what their least favorite map was, would probably say Tower. When the map first launched, the whole selling point of it was that there was no spawn peaks available on it, because of the way that the attackers spawned above and worked their way down to the defenders. It's unique in concept, and it's actually a really cool idea, it's just it doesn't really work out that well. The attackers can either choose to go down an elevator shaft or one of a few hatches, or they can choose to brave it and rappel in through one of the single windows on the side of the map, which rarely ever goes well. And then once you're inside of the map, both floors are kind of just structured like a Call of Duty map, where there's just 3 lanes with a bunch of rooms in the middle. All in all, the map kind of just tried too hard to be different, and unfortunately it suffers from that. It's a really cool looking map, and I remember that a lot of people were excited for it when it was first announced. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't really live up to that expectation. And finally, the map that I consider to be the worst map in Rainbow Six Siege is going to Hereford Base. Now, I don't really have many good things to say about this map. The main problem with the original Hereford that they tried to remedy when they reworked it was that it only had one main staircase, meaning that if attackers got a hold of it, then it was basically over for the defenders. Now this map features a grand total of 2 staircases, which in my opinion is still not enough. The thing that sets Hereford apart from a map like Cafe, which also has 2 main staircases that go from the bottom to the top floor, is that Cafe also has the bar stairs to give people an extra option to rotate upwards or downwards. Hereford doesn't have that at all. It just has those 2 main staircases, and then staircases outside that obviously the defenders can't use. I couldn't even explain much more to you about this map, I just know that it doesn't feel good to play. It's also the one other map in the game that I mentioned that also has 4 floors, just like Yacht does. Clearly there's a theme with having 4 floors and your map being bad, so Ubi, stop doing that. But anyway, that's going to conclude it for this video. Please do keep in mind that everything that I said was technically my opinion. Nothing in this video is objectively bad. And let me know what your rankings for the maps are down in the comments below. I'm sure it's going to be very different to mine because I'm pretty sure I'm the only guy who actually likes Fortress. I am sorry for the kind of bland and lazy video idea. If you do have any videos that you want to see from me, then let me know in the comments as well. If you don't, then I'm going to start making tier list videos, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Other than that, thank you for all the support on the last video. That's been crazy. And if you got this far through, then thank you for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one.